Hi everyone, Railman28 here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Wrestling with Railman28. Ring the bell please. Thank you. Now, I went to EWE, Elite Wrestling Entertainment UK at the Bedford in Balham on Sunday, March 31st to the event called Insurgence. Great show. And I must say, it was a big crowd draw. Probably it made history to other wrestling industries. Because not only WWE, AEW, or WAW making headlines, etc., but EWE is the one for the headlines at the Bedford in Balham. That should be another big wrestling venue where they'll set up the ring and other wrestling industries can come and wrestle each other if EW can afford to have other wrestling industries there, but they have to be rival industries though. But EWE seemed to come out as the best wrestling show in the whole of the UK, in my book. And also WAW is good as well in Norwich. London you got EWE and BHW, British Heritage Wrestling, which I will go to one of their shows, funny enough, I will do eventually. See my friend Brock Broadside as chairman of BHW to help run that show. I might help run it with him, be a commentator or something. I'd love to be a commentator for a wrestling show like EWE, BHW. Possibly I might go to WWE if I got the chance to be a commentator on SmackDown. That was my favourite show. I did, as I said, I did attend SmackDown during the Thunderdome era during COVID. And that, to me, it was the best thing that's ever happened to me. It was the best thing to get to be there in the crowd on virtual screens. It is fantastic to be on live television. It really is. And I enjoyed it very much. But being at a live wrestling show really brings the hype in me. It really does. Brings the wrestler out in me. So as I said, I will head back to the gym. Possibly go there every week. Do some workouts, probably do some weightlifting as well, and also sign up for some wrestling training, possibly in Sutton or WAW, one of those two. But I know some good teachers who will be good at teaching wrestling, like Theodore Powers. Yes, mate, I'm including you and your dad, Stan. You two are the best teachers. That's what I heard anyway. Heard a lot of stories about you two. So, yeah. They know how to play heels. They know how to play the baby faces. They've seen it all. They've done it all. Well, mostly they've done it all anyway. And to be honest, I'll cheer on Theodore. I'll cheer him on. And his big birthday present, it'll be a surprise. It's going to be a surprise. I ain't going to tell him because it wouldn't be a surprise, would it? If he wants someone to come into the ring, look up Terry Bartlett, mate. Tell everyone you want me in the ring with you. And I think they're due for character changes, I think. They're due for a character change. They're due for one anyway, I think. But who knows? If they still bad guys, I don't mind. I don't mind. And then they'll give me a wink or something. Yeah, so I will go to EWE to wrestle for them. It'll be Railman. I'll start with Railman. I'll start with that. See where I'll go from there. Because of this channel and Railman28 rules on for life. Yeah, so I'll wrestle for them. Now, let's get on to the show. Now, first match. Fentos. Big tall guy. Versus Leapfrog. Liam. Leapfrog. Match started off good. I mean, Fentos plays the heel perfectly, and he was mocking Leapfrog all the time because of his size. Because I mean, Leapfrog's down here, and Fentos is up there. Leapfrog's trying to reach for his hand, and then it eventually brought him down to earth. Good match. The result was that Fentos just grabbed hold of Leapfrog and slammed him onto the ground, pinned him 1, 2, 3. And then once you get slammed by a big tall guy, you're not coming back after that one. You will never kick out of that one. Not nice. After that match came Project Mayhem versus Demon Death Squad. Damien, Demon Death Squad, and Goth Daddy Xander. That was a good tag team action. I enjoyed that very much. Got Devious Danny, Jacob Sullivan. They're heels, but I know Devious Danny can't stand Jacob Sullivan. They can't stand each other. But then, eventually, they have to get on the same page. If they're a team in a faction, they don't get on well. Well, they've got to act as a team. It takes back to stories when a rival and another rival they can't stand each other. Like Jerry the King Lawler couldn't stand his opponent, his rival. But by God, they were a good tag team. Just like Project Mayhem. Good tag team. They knew how to carry out their attacks by orders of the Wolf of Ball Street, the Multiverse Champion, Alexander Roth. He taught them well how to be a tough team. He made a good tag team, even though they don't get on the same page. But eventually, this is like recreating storylines out of WWE's catalogue book. I mean, if EWE got permission, I'm guessing they did have permission to recreate some storylines in a way, but yeah, good on ya. Yeah, so the result of the match was the Demon Death Squad. Oh, they were kicking ass, mate. I'm telling you, they were kicking some butt. Honestly, really getting it on and beating the living hell out of Jacob Sullivan. And Devious Danny would not tag himself in, and he said he had the nerve to say to Jacob, "You said you want to handle this on your own, so there you go, mate." And honestly, it made me laugh so much. Honestly, they were beating the hell out of Jacob Sullivan. He took it really well. He ate it. He was being bashed, biffed like a rag doll, like a pit bull, the rag doll, shaking it to death. And then eventually, Devious Danny had to tag himself in. Goes, "Go on, mate, you have a rest. I'll deal with these two." And Devious Danny, he was not mucking around. He was not one person not to muck about with Demon Death Squad. He knows what they're like, and he gave them what they love: chaos. And they could not believe it. Even Xander claimed they've got a new demon member. I don't know if they're referring to Jacob Sullivan as a new demon or Devious Danny. I've got a funny feeling Devious Danny will jump ship. He'll jump ship from Project Mayhem to Demon Death Squad. Xander, Damien, Brett, Xander. Recruit Devious Danny. He's devious. Like demons, they're all most demons are devious. So you got another honorary member of Demon Death Squad. So Xander, if I were you, if Damien's not there, get Devious Danny. He'll sort it out for you. Literally, he would. Yeah, and the result was Demon Death Squad won that match. Still the champion. Still reign supreme. Good on Demon Death Squad. I wouldn't mind becoming a member. And I'll join them. Yeah. But if I had to join Project Mayhem, I would. I wouldn't mind. I'll keep Jacob Sullivan in line. I'll keep him in line. I would. But then again, who knows? Become heels, babyface. They're proper heels, like the Bloodline. They do that because Alexander Roth got his inspirations from The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Joe Noah, Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Rikishi. Yeah, love it, and that was really good. Brilliant teams. Yeah. Next came Theodore Powers versus Razor. Match was going good, and of course, yeah, Stan Powers was there. The two teachers, the two janitors, project janitors, yeah, they reigned supreme. The project Powers, yeah, they ruled the match. It all started off good. Razor was doing good. He was part of a tag team as well. So, yeah, I don't mind becoming an honorary member of his tag team, and I'll sort it out. Yeah, and it was fantastic the way the match was going. I mean, Stan Powers did everything he could to save his son. Honestly, his son was getting beaten to death. Honestly, by Razor, keep getting smashed and bashed. But Theodore Powers took it. He must have trained him somehow to do that. And he must have said, "I wanted you to beat me to death, but I want you to give me an F5." Probably asked for the F5. He probably wasn't expecting the F5. And then when Razor picked him up to go and do an F5, he went, "Oh no, not me. He said, he just slid out and went, "Oh no, I'm not having that F5. No way." Then Razor had to beat Stan up. He had to knock him down in order to get him out of the way, because he would interfere in the match. What can I say? This father and son, they look out for each other. They do. And then eventually Razor did give Theodore Powers the F5. Gave him the F5, and just like Lewis Basham would. Yeah, Lewis Basham does the F5. Literally. Thunderous F5. They must have taken out of Brock Lesnar's book. I mean, Brock, come down to the Bedford in Balham. You're going to love it. Brock Lesnar would love that. He would love our pub. He would love that pub. He probably wouldn't drink there. He probably would wrestle there. He says, "I challenge you for that title." And then we've got another new wrestler. Brock Lesnar. The Beast Incarnate. I'm telling you, he would be an honorary member of EWE, Elite Wrestling Entertainment UK, and show how it's done. And he would probably outdo everyone. Who could dethrone him? Possibly Eddie Ryan, Bullet, Arcadius. Probably the Beast Incarnate will probably come down and challenge Arcadius and probably beat Arcadius. Possibility, yeah. But let's not jinx that, shall we? Then again, at the next event, EWE Fool's Gold at DesignMyNight.com, anything could happen. Brock Lesnar could come out, and if Arcadius is defending his title, Brock Lesnar comes in. I know who have brought him in. Basham would have brought him in. He's iconic superstar, Brock Lesnar. But Brock lives in America. He lives in America. He has his own farm. He wouldn't have time to come over here. Might do. And Arcadius might beat him. You never know. Toodle peep. Next, after those matches, those good matches, we had Twisted the Clown comes in to say a few words about Chester, the duck, Ricardo's duck, Chester, that went missing since My Bloody Valentine. I mean, I was in Cambridge at the time, guys. You all know that. I was in Cambridge on a Flixbus. I was there. I did see what happened. Chester got duck napped, as Clive Jackson would pointed that out. And there was a note. Now, Ricardo Borg blames Twisted for that. Now, to be honest, I don't pretty much blame it, even though Twisted did attack, did apologise. I just wanted to be friends with him. Probably, I mean, if they were friends now, they would be probably be a good tag team and probably win against Demon Death Squad for the tag titles. Probably, yeah. Alongside Chester and Twisted stuck. But a note was left in the ring after Chester disappeared, and it said, "Chester is with us now. We will not pluck a feather from him. We just want something. We just want you to do something. A friend betrays another." That was probably why Twisted even said, "I had nothing to do with it," he said. Even though his clown face signature was on the note. And it says, "From the friend." But which friend could that be? We don't know. So it says us. Could mean 2 or 3 people. Someone suspected to me it was Theodore Powers and Stan Powers. Possibly those 2. I mean, don't get me wrong. Twisted did mention Theodore Powers kicked Chester across that very ring. He did so. Yeah, I was there when it happened. I was there. Yeah, I was there when it happened. Yeah, I witnessed it, guys. Yeah. Possibility. Could be with Stan Powers and Theodore. But to be honest, that clown-shaped mask that was being worn on the video that came up on the screen, I pretty much know Theodore Powers and Stan Powers would not wear that sort of thing. They would wear proper wrestling gear, like you would see them. But they wouldn't resort to that. That's definitely not them. Literally, I just know it's definitely not them. Then he said it could be Leapfrog who wears a mask. I wouldn't think, because the guy in the video was bigger than that. Was bigger than Leapfrog. He was taller than Leapfrog. Well, he was big and has a white hoodie, I think. But I'll have another look at that in another time. So that's the next event, guys. We're gonna find out who it really was behind that mask. And I know it weren't Twisted, even though Ricardo came into the ring saying, "Where's Chester? Where's Chester? Tell me where Chester is, or I'll beat the living hell out of you." And he jolly with it. I wanted to get in the ring and stop Ricardo for doing something he might regret. But too late, he just like, boom, boom, boom. I tried yelling, "Ricardo, stop! Stop! You got it all wrong. It wasn't him. It wasn't Twisted." Nah. It's starting to make sense now. To be honest, in my theory, it's starting to make sense. Because the person up on the screen, when Twisted mentioned the entourage, I got a funny feeling it's them. Because they had problems with Ricardo before. And my guess is they want revenge on Ricardo for beating up Cuban Heat and Fabiano Romano. He wants revenge for losing the title. And another person who we haven't seen much lately. And that's the person who I'm pointing the finger at. My money is going for, wait for it, William Hudson Alexander Moore. It's got to be him, because we haven't seen him much lately. And I got a feeling Twisted wouldn't use a computer like that. He wouldn't. He probably knows how to use them, but probably hasn't got a printer. He probably did. He didn't know how to type. Didn't know how to put the feathers there, because the clown face mouthpiece was placed there. It was placed on there, on the note. I can tell it was, but there was one mistake that I've noticed. You ever heard of Spot the Difference? I mean, if you take a closer look at Twisted's logo on his back of his outfit, it has two canine teeth pointing downwards on the clown face. The other one on the note didn't. So that is not Twisted. Unless it's Twisted's rival, we don't know. Twisted's old rival that he used to know in circus wrestling, possibly. His old rival. Or Ricardo's very old rival from other wrestling days. Possibility. But I still think it's William Hudson Alexander Moore. My gut's telling me it's him. He would resort to that because Ricardo did accuse him once of beating him up in the parking lot, when in turn it was Alexander Roth that beat him up. Or because possibly hated him, possibly. But even though Alexander Roth assured Ricardo that it wasn't Project Mayhem, they wouldn't do such a thing like that. But suspect number 2, the Entourage, and they're the 3 suspects. Wham, I should call him. The Entourage, they're the 3 main suspects I'm pointing the finger at. The 4th suspect screams out, and that was Jacob Sullivan. He screamed out, and I can tell he did not like that Duck Chester either. So he could be number 4. He's suspect number 4. I'm sorry, Alexander Roth, but you might have a mole on your team. You might have. I know you chose Jacob Sullivan well, but I want you to ask him a few questions. Did he take Chester? But I would know Jacob Sullivan wouldn't resort to silly stuff like that on the screen. He wouldn't resort to that. So he's in the clear. He wouldn't do that. He may hate Chester, saying it's just a stupid plastic duck, but it's not. Literally, Jacob, mate, you've got to respect people's possessions. I mean, say if you had a sister who had a doll, and you go bashing it about, kicking it about, saying, oh, it's just a stupid doll, when it's one of them horror dolls. And one day you're in your room doing your chores and you just see the doll standing there at night. You ever see those spooky dolls in spooky horror films when the doll got abused a lot and the sister gets upset, starts crying, hugging her doll, trying to comfort the doll, when the doll actually eyes look straight ahead. That means it will look straight at you, Jacob. And you better respect dolls and toys. Respect toys. Otherwise the toys may come after you. Believe that. So I would suggest to Alexander Roth to tell Jacob to start watching horror films and watch a doll murder a man in a film. That would be horrifically scary. A cursed doll. If you're not nice to the doll, it comes after you. Believe me. We've heard those stories before when you see a doll and it freaks you out. Freaks you out, literally. But, all in all, yes. So, back to the bit where Ricardo was beating up Twisted. The face showed up again, showing that person had Twisted, and he accused Twisted of that person in the video being his boyfriend. It wasn't. I mean, Ricardo Borg, mate. Literally, I hate to say this, but it ain't Twisted. I just know it isn't Twisted. Twisted wouldn't resort to that. He wouldn't. I mean, next month at Fool's Gold, I'm asking EWE nicely if I can come in the ring and say a few words to both Ricardo Borg and Twisted. If Ricardo wants a match, just give him the match. Just give it to him. and then we'll find out what really goes on. But I would like to be a referee, the special guest referee for that match. And honestly, I would solve this mystery quickly. I would. So I would call out William Hudson Alexander more. But if he doesn't show up at this event, then I know it's him. If he does, there's got to be one of the entourage. If they're there, then it's got to be someone else. But actually, come to think of it, there is one other person that hasn't been there for a long while. Can't make out who it is, but it ain't a woman, that's for sure. It wouldn't be a woman, no. Wouldn't be there. It wouldn't be Anna. Anna wouldn't resort to that. Goldilocks wouldn't resort to that. Because I could tell that whoever was in that video was wearing something, a hoodie with a mask, an emoji mask. You can easily get them. People be in disguise in them. Literally, they would. Okay, so after that, I was horrified to see an angry Ricardo Borg. A real angry one. He's the breadwinner, wrestles for bread, to keep Chester fed. But, to be honest, something doesn't add up. Really doesn't add up. But, I would love to help with the investigation. I would love to. I'm possibly helping right now, helping EWE solve this mystery. But my gut's telling me it's William Hudson Alexander Moore, because we haven't seen much of him lately. He was possibly there at My Bloody Valentine Wrestling, and then wanted revenge on Ricardo Borg for accusing him of beating him up. That's possibly why, and then taking his duck. I mean, they used to be friends, I'm guessing they did, but who knows? It could be Moore. It could be him. That's what my gut's telling me anyway. But we'll find out when Fool's Gold arrives on the 28th of April 2024. Get your tickets at designmynight.com if you want. I know that'll be a big crowd draw. I'll be there. I'll be there. And I don't mind if I've got in the ring to help to be a special referee to begin with. Jake the Snake Roberts, he was a referee before he began wrestling, so I wouldn't mind if I started off as a ref to begin with. Then I'd wrestle, possibly. Okay. So that's Ricardo Borg and Twisted. We went to a 15-minute break or 10-minute break. We went to fill our drinks. Obviously, it was utter chaos. Then the next part of the show began with a championship match. 2 championship matches. The EWE Mid-Heavyweight Championship was on the line. And Yaya cashed in his win. Cashed in his win at Battle Royale. And he challenged Alexander Roth for the Midweight Championship. I mean, Yaya deserved that. The Somalian Warrior Yaya, he deserved that. He deserved that opportunity to challenge Alexander Roth. Excuse me. But during that match, it was all going good. They were having fun. They were wrestling each other, testing each other. Yaya ate the chops. He ate the forces. He ate everything. Took everything. He is the strongest warrior I know. Roth got serious. And then, as he was about to lose, as you'll know, Project Mayhem got involved. Project Mayhem got involved. Too much. Devious Danny, who Yaya did tag team with, they're now enemies now. And honestly, Yaya had his moment robbed from him. Jacob Sullivan got in the ring while the ref wasn't looking and speared him. Gave him the spear. And then 1, 2, 3. Oh, Jesus. I don't know what's bad. Losing is bad enough, but having a victory robbed from you, honestly, it hurts, guys. It really does hurt. I mean, if you're in like professional wrestling, it's all about telling stories. That's the rule, you see. They have to tell this story. I know that Yaya will get his revenge on Devious Danny and Jacob Sullivan. Both of them. Possibility. And Yaya will possibly come back after Alexander off for a rematch for the title. And no doubt it'll be at Fool's Gold. It'll be up there. Yaya will have his rematch, but with Project Mayhem banned from ringside. And that's when we possibly might have a new champion. I mean, Alexander Roth is the Wolf of Ball Street, and he's the Multiverse champion. He's a champion in anything, but by looks of things from BHW, he was like unconscious. Didn't have Project Mayhem there and then, did he? No. He was on his own. I saw the pictures. Blooming heck, he must have gone for a brutal match. Literally. I mean, if I entered EWE and if I wanted to go for a title, it wouldn't be Arcadius's one. No. I wouldn't go for his one. No. No, I'll wait till someone else is champion. I might wrestle Arcadius in due time, but you never know. But I'll go for Alexander Roth's title. I would do. But with Project Mayhem banned from ringside, if they get in my way, bang! Steam Train, Railman will knock them down. I'll pick them both up and slam their heads and chuck them out the ring. Make them probably land against the steps. That will hurt, believe me, it would. Then I'll pick up Alexander Roth and bang! I would definitely say, come on. I'll get angry like the Hulk. And I'll just say, no, I'm gonna smash you. And I'll just grab Roth and make him feel scared. He goes, no, I'm gonna really smash you up now. This is gonna hurt me as much as it's gonna hurt you. Bang! Headbutt. And then pick him up and slam. And then I'll do Hulk Hogan's move, the leg drop. The leg drop. And then the ref will just go 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Here's your winner and the new EWE Midweight Champion of the World, Railman. Yeah. And it's not all I would take from Alexander Roth. I would take his faction from him. And I'll say, you two get in the ring there. You two belong to me now. But there's one person I want to get rid of. And that's Jacob Sullivan. I'll just go, BAM! So get out of my ring. You're not welcome in my faction. There's one member I'm going to add to the faction, and that is Yaya. I'll add him to the faction. And Leapfrog together. A 4 faction. Devious Danny, Leapfrog, Yaya, me. The Warriors. The Ultimate Warriors will be known as. Bringing justice for all wrestlers. But that's just a made up match, guys. That'll be a made up match. But honestly, it would be an opportunity for me to have. If I won that title from Alexander Roth, we'll make it a fair fight. Yeah. But I know Alexander Roth can teach wrestling as well. He can teach it. No doubt, he'd probably teach me as well. And I'll follow his instructions. Literally, I would. Now, speaking of Arcadius, the World Heavyweight Championship, the EWE British Heavyweight Championship of the World, Terence Thatcher, mate, you need to start rephrasing that title, calling it the EWE World Heavyweight Championship. World Heavyweight Championship. The British World Heavyweight Championship. Arcadius was defending it against a newcomer named Max Game. Where did he get the name The Game from? He wasn't Triple H. And they said straight out of the gym. Straight out of the gym? Come on. I mean, you got parts unknown from Arcadius, yeah. That's good. But straight out of the gym, that's a soundbite. Max Game, he was interesting. He was a heel though. A good one. Calling Arcadius a war pit, a pig, slow, short. I wouldn't say that about a war beast, mate. He is a beast. Believe me. You mess with a beast, you get the horns and you get the fangs. Believe me, you get the fangs and the claws. And did Arcadius... he just beat him up. And Max Game tried his best to weigh Arcadius down, but it was no good. Arcadius, he said, Ross, I'm going to really rough him up. And he did rough him up. He just picked him up and did his slam. 1, 2, 3, done. Still your heavyweight champion, the War Beast Arcadius. Now, after all that, the titles were defended. Now came the main event. It was the Law, Lewis Basham, and this was a big match. It was for the EWE Commissionership. That is big. Winner takes all. And it was Buff Broadside versus the Law, Lewis Basham, Mr. Buffalicious. It was a good match. The result I didn't want was Basham to win, but I wanted Buff to win to carry on the way EWE was carrying on. But now is a whole different ball game altogether now. I don't know. I mean, Basham does play the heel pretty well, and I'm guessing he's due for a character change, I suppose. Possibly. But who knows? I mean, Buff's going to be there at Fool's Gold. I'm going to support him. He lost to Basham. I mean, Buff did make some good moves. He even did the Stone Cold Stunner. I love that. He did power slams after power slams. No good. Nothing can put Lewis Basham down. Lewis Basham picked him up, slammed him, pinned him 1, 2, 3. I mean, he tried to do the full Nelson that Bobby Lashley uses, but that wasn't any good. Buff Broadside lost. But he smiled in defeat. Unless it was a trap set by... Unless it was a trap set by Charlie Biggs, though. And Basham might have fell for it. Possibly. But I'm not spoiling anything for next month. I'm waiting till next month. I'm not spoiling anything for this month, no. Your best bet is to buy the tickets at designmynight.com, as Terence Thatcher once says. Designmynight.com. Purchase your tickets for EWE Fool's Gold. And there's an old saying in Doctor Who. To lose is to win, and he who wins shall lose. That's what I can tell you guys. To lose is to win, and he who wins shall lose. So Basham, if I were you, mate, I'd watch yourself. Don't get too cocky, Basham. If you're going to become commissioner of EWE, I'm going to give you some top advice, mate. You may want to be commissioner of EWE, but there's something you've got to realise by now. If you become commissioner, You're gonna have to do what Charlie Biggs' bidding. You're gonna have to do what he tells you. And you just make the matches. And the one thing you don't do is strip people of their titles whenever you feel like it. The only way that a title can change hands in EWE is by pinfall or submission. That's it. Or disqualification if any dirty things happen. If someone tries to low blow someone or use objects that are not part of the stipulation, not part of the match, boom, title's gone. And also, Basham, you won't be able to wrestle as commissioner. You won't be able to wrestle in matches. Unless that's what you're trying to do, get yourself out of matches. So no one could touch you. But let me tell you something, Basham. A little hint for you. Trust nobody. DTA, don't trust anybody. And also, you got some traitors on you. Oh yeah. Because it's someone's special birthday next week on April 28th. It's someone's special birthday. And Basham knows who I'm talking about. And Theodore Powers knows I'm talking about him. It's his special birthday. And I couldn't think of a better present than for Basham to have one last match against Theodore Powers, his old partner. And it will be, here's the big birthday present for you, Powers, a wet floor sign match. That means Basham and Powers have to wrestle with wet floor signs. They have to beat each other after another. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. Painful. That is one pain Basham will have to put up with. So Theodore, make the match. Make the match. And also, Theodore, make a statement. Go up to Basham during his inauguration to commissionership and challenge him up close to a wet floor sign match. And bring all the wet floor signs down with you. I'm sure Stan will give you a hand. Stan, help him out. That's what I can tell you. So I'm going to wish Theodore Powers a happy birthday from Railman28. Even though we've argued on Facebook, but me and him know each other now because we know professional wrestling inside out. He knows I know all about professional wrestling now because I understand it now. It's all about telling stories. And I like Theodore Powers to tell his birthday story and give his vengeance to Basham. So Basham, watch your back. Think someone's coming after you. Big time. And it ain't, and I'm not talking about Arcadius. Because you know full well, Basham, that Arcadius cannot be stripped of his title because he's defended it well, been respectful to everyone, giving everyone the opportunity. That is a true champion. Giving everyone the opportunity. A title shot that they dreamed of their whole lives. Even though they get beaten, they smile in defeat. Believe me, that is a true champion. And I'm proud of Arcadius. I'm proud of him. And I wouldn't mind wrestling him for the title. But not when I first enter the ring. No. I don't want a title shot. I just want a normal match for my debut, and that's it. And I'll probably wrestle a few more matches after that, but there you go. Railman's coming. Bet on, count on it. And I don't know when, but you'll see. So thank you guys for watching another EWE episode with Wrestling with Railman28. Ring the bell, please. There you go. Thank you. So don't forget to click like and subscribe. Leave a little nice comment in the section below. And I'll see you guys very soon with more railway content for you, as I reached well over 500 subscribers. Now I'm going to get serious now. I definitely am going to get serious. So I'm going to give shout outs to everyone now. I'm going to give shout outs to Theodore Powers. Happy birthday. That's a birthday present from me. An early birthday present, Powers. Don't get too cocky about that. Okay? Okay? I respect you. As always, I respect you. Okay? I'll show respect now. Now, and I'm going to give shout outs to Arcadius, EWE, Lewis Basham for playing the villain. And I'm going to give a shout out to Razor, Demon Death Squad, everyone in EWE, Violet Knight, Sky Smithson, Crimson Killer Shot, Artemis, everyone in EWE, WAW as well, World Association Wrestling UK. Big shout out to them. Big shout out to Zack Zodiac Knight. Zack Knight Zodiac, or whatever it is, but he'll tell me, he'll probably correct me. Big shout out to Zack. Big shout out to Soraya. Also big shout outs to Tony Storm, AEW, WWE, and of course big shout out to the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And also big shout out to Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who's playing Hollywood Rock again. He's a bad guy now, so. And also, my dream opponent for WWE is The Rock. The Rock. I wouldn't mind fighting him. I wouldn't mind if I lose to him, but I would smile in defeat. There you go. But my dream match of WWE, if I did enter WWE, my dream match would be a triple threat match at WrestleMania. At WrestleMania. It'll be The Rock, myself, me versus The Rock, and, wait for it, none other than the Honky Tonk Man. That was my dream match. So I've dreamt about it. But actually, I wouldn't mind if it was a fatal 4-way match with Triple H. Triple H. But no, Triple H can't wrestle now. At least I don't think he can, anyway. But when, in my dream, The Rock was sick. He was ill. He couldn't wrestle. He chose me as his replacement to wrestle the Honky Tonk Man and Triple H. But now that The Rock is back in WWE, and I might enter it, and if I do go to the main roster, SmackDown, and I do win the Royal Rumble, which I might dream about doing, winning the Royal Rumble, which might be difficult, facing 29 other men, I might choose a triple threat match between myself, The Rock, and the Honky Tonk Man. Because the Honky Tonk Man is the greatest wrestler of all time. Believe me, he is. He's also the greatest wrestler of all time. The greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. So Gunther, that is one person you haven't wrestled yet. The Honky Tonk Man. He is worth wrestling, believe me. And I'll be that person to wrestle him if he wrestles again, I'm not too sure. But I like to go for Roman Reigns as well, so the Tribal Chief. But also, here's a message for Roman Reigns. Joe and Noah, I saw that video when you was at Money in the Bank in London last year. I saw it. Was it last year or the year before that? Probably the year before that, but I don't know. But I saw it. I did see it. And when you said England is the dumbest, worst place of all time, Joe, I did not appreciate that. You saying bad stuff about the UK, about England, my home. How could you, Roman? I looked up to you over the years. I even liked you. Didn't matter if you were a bad guy or not. But there was no need to resort to that. I mean, you're entitled to your views. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. But, Joe, please, send out an apology, mate. An apology. That's all we want. Please, mate. Don't disrespect the UK. Please don't. We've been through a lot over the years during COVID. Hell, we even attended SmackDown, your show. Your yard. Oh, but don't get me started with Roman Reigns now. I might hate him now, but when I do enter WWE, Roman, I don't acknowledge you. When I come after you, and I will, even though I might wrestle a couple of guys before I get to you, I won't wrestle you for the title. No, I'll wrestle you for just you. And I'll make you acknowledge England. Acknowledge us, the Brits. Where the British are coming. Pretty Deadly. The something Republic. The New Republic. Do me a favour, you four. Gun for the bloodline. Go for them. Just go for them. For what they said. Well, I don't know if The Rock likes the UK. I don't know, but I was pretty upset about. A bit upset about what Roman said, because I saw it on the short video on YouTube. It's gone viral. But there you go. Yeah, so I just couldn't believe that Roman Reigns would actually say that. But there you go. It's all about telling stories, and Roman Reigns, Joe and Noah, is entitled to his own views and opinions. But there you go. That's how he views the UK. Doesn't like us. Thinks we're idiots. But the only idiot I can think of is him. He's an idiot. A good idiot. That's it. A good idiot. But that's it. A total idiot. That's it. I mean, you can make Roman Reigns laugh. There you go. He can break character easily. But I'm hoping he might apologise to the UK and say, I'm sorry for being rude to you all, and sorry about describing you all. I know. But that's the way I feel it, mate. Man, he would say. He'd probably end up saying that, but he'll probably send a message to me anyway. But there you go. And here's a word of warning, guys. Do not get catfished by fake WWE superstars who pretend to be WWE superstars to try and rob you of your money. Please do not resort to giving them money, because scammers will try everything in the book to get you. They'll try everything. Even convince you they want to meet up with you. Instead, you meet up with another bloke who claims to be a WWE superstar and knows all the WWE superstars. Don't get catfished. Because that happened to someone when someone believed Seth freaking Rollins was asking for money, but he wouldn't do that. Neither would Becky, neither would Bliss, neither would everyone in WWE. So, please, word of warning, guys. Be careful who you talk to online. Be careful. You might get yourself catfished. Don't get catfished. I'll see you guys in another episode later in the month. And I will do more train sim videos as best I can. And also, don't forget, before I end this video, don't forget to buy Becky Lynch's book, The Man, Not Your Average Girl. Becky Lynch, her book, available in bookstores now, probably on Amazon, etc. And I'm hoping she'll do a book tour of the UK, and I'll go to that book signing. I will go to it and possibly get a book. I'll get a copy. I'd love to have a copy of the book. Get her to sign it. Have a photograph with her. I probably might pay about £10 or £30 just to have a photograph of her. But there you go. So enjoy yourselves, guys. Stay safe. Please support Generate Opportunities as well. The charity that helps people learn disabilities and autism. Please support our charity. We desperately need more funding. We desperately need it to keep our charity going, to keep more projects coming in, to keep more ideas flowing, etc. Please come and support Generate. See you guys very soon.